We fought them in the 30s, we fought them in the 50s, we fought them in the 70s. We will not allow the right wing to dominate our working class communities. And we will come together every week in every town.
I wanted to talk briefly about what's going on here in the UK with these anti-immigrant riots. There have been just rolling riots in the UK, anti-immigrant, really kind of hateful stuff. And, you know, one of the things that I was saying before is that when, like, to the extent there exist Republicans and conservative types who want to say they are pro-worker, who like at least kind of pretend I care about working people, one of the primary things that they do is bash immigrants. And, you know, unfortunately, unions, you know, we were not strangers to that kind of stuff within our own union halls. But there has been a move away from that significantly in the last 20 years, including in the UK. And at like a counter demonstration to one of these anti-immigrant kind of racist riots in the UK, the rail union leader, Mick Lynch, was speaking at it, and he had a really good, you know, he had some really good words to say about this from the perspective of a union leader, from the perspective of somebody who cares about the working class. And so I wanted to share that with y'all. It's a really good clip. So let's play this from Mick Lynch.
Voice of the working people of this town, the working people of Ireland, the working people of Britain, and the working people of Europe that are going to defeat hatred. And the message of our class is that we are one people. We are one people united in one struggle. We have to fight these fights in every generation. The great British socialist Tony Benn said, "There is no final victory. There is no final defeat. Every generation of our class has to fight the battles again and again and again." We fought them in the 30s. We fought them in the 50s. We fought them in the 70s in Britain. We will not allow the right wing to dominate our working class communities. And we will come together every week in every town and bring the message of solidarity to all the people that have come to our communities. We are with you, and we will stand next to you no matter what they try to do to us.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Yeah, there you go. With you know, that was a really good, you know, really hit on the highlights from Mick Lynch, the rail union leader in the UK. He got a lot more kind of popularity during the rail strikes that were rolling last year. And, you know, he really put it well that the idea that as a worker, I should be more antagonistic to another worker just because of where they were born than I am to my employer or to the owning class is just not, it is not something that makes sense as a proposition to increase worker power, right? It just doesn't. So I don't know, Adam, if you had any other thoughts on that before we talk about the letter carriers convention.
Well, yeah, just that I really appreciate the message because, you know, we have to respond to bigotry with solidarity. I think that's our best weapon to overcome that kind of, you know, nonsense that is spread by folks intentionally to divide and conquer the working class. You know, ultimately, bosses and the capitalists don't necessarily respect national borders when it comes to profit seeking. Right? They're always, you know, down to close a factory or close a building and outsource production to another country. So I think we as working people, we have to see what we have in common. And the truth is, I don't really feel threatened at all by immigrants coming to this country. And I don't understand why folks do, beyond just there's a lot of propaganda that pushes that message. You know, folks who are desperate to come here to just to have a better life for themselves and their families. And the other thing that we don't talk about in immigration is why are they coming here in the first place? Like, why are people so desperate to leave their homes? That's not good, right? People shouldn't have to flee halfway across the world just to survive. And I think when you look at some of the deeper factors there at work, from free trade policies to military interventions to, armed conflicts that have taken hold in the region over the decades, there's a lot of policies at work. And I would just encourage folks to really think about that and think about why are folks pushed into that situation in the first place. And, what do we have in common as fellow workers who are just trying to make a better life for themselves and their families?
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.
Which side are you on?